we're fully locked and loaded for Tuesday, mate. Lots going on Dynamite. Lots going on over on NXT. I'll run through the Dynamite lineup. You want to handle the NXT lineup? Dynamite has for Title Tuesday, Chris Jericho versus Powerhouse Hobbs. Adam Page, Hangman Page versus Jay White, which is a really fucking strong match. Kind of rather it was on a pay-per-view with some build, but hey,
yeah,
big stars have got to wrestle big stars more on AEW. I'm always saying that, so I'll take it. Speaking of which, Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland, which sounded great on its own, and then they said it was for the #1 contendership for the TNT title. Don't want to see either of them go for the TNT title as much as I like Christian. Does make me worry about who's winning that one. Adam the Copeland versus Luchasaurus. Because we all want them to come to AEW to wrestle Budget Kane. Saraya versus Hikaru Shida is on the show. See if Shida can drag something out of Saraya. And that's that. Ray Phoenix versus John Moxley's on there for the international title. So you do actually, Title Tuesday is justified there by those last two matches. Otherwise, it's almost like they just called it that for some alliteration in hopes that people would remember it's on Tuesday. Feels a bit Battle of the Belts, but definitely not a quality of matches, though, because the quality of matches is really strong, even if there's not really much going on title-wise there. Any thoughts before we look over NXT?
That's a really strong lineup. That really is. Like I say, Adam Page v Jay White. That'll be a fucking cracker. You know, Brian v Swerve.
Jay White and Danielson Swerve. Like, if them two were on Full Gear, I'd be like, oh, it's a good Full Gear.
Yeah.
They were on Revolution, I'd be like, oh, it's a great Revolution. Like, that's strong. That's really strong. Like, that shows that they're taking it seriously. Danielson Swerve, though, worries me. Like, surely Danielson wins in that case because I can't see Swerve facing Christian for the TNT title. So, like, I don't know, maybe Hangman interferes in his match and we go full EWR booking notes and the Hangman loss in the other match comes as a result of Swerve getting interrupted there. Maybe that's the plan here.
Because Jay White's got to win that, hasn't he? If he's going for the title, he's got to get a convincing win for me there. You know,
full EWR, I think.
Yeah,
which was also, by the way, I didn't mention it. The other facet, the MJF and Jay White thing, Jay White running away with the belt. I mean, could that be any more generic? Booking an angle at EWR, like, come on, Tony, come up with something new.
But is Jericho doing the job for their Powerhouse Hobbs here? He's got to, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yes, I would think so. Yeah,
he's got to. He's got. And Mox getting the title back as well. I'm going to call that one as well. Getting the international title
that
back.
Seems likely. That seems likely. We didn't mention the Hobbs thing there. You know, obviously, with him now kind of I don't know, joining another stable. Joining the
that's a sixth one, isn't
it? Sort of like that this year. Just the third this year, legitimately. Good for him. Oh, what we didn't mention? Wardlow was on Dynamite.
I seen him come out. Griff Garrison, really. Battered him and got off.
Secondly, in the Andrew Dice Clay shout out of the night, like, was it not like, when you see Axe or like Hercules turning up on TV in the early 90s when they were clearly on the way out the door, barely tanned, muscular, but not quite to his ridiculous levels he normally is. Bad haircut, similar to me, needed a bit of a shave. He just looked like couldn't be asked, didn't he? Barely took care of fucking Griff Garrison as well. Fucking those power bombs were rough.
Is he the next one going over to WWE then? That's the rumor.
I think he's literally on the show. He was on the show in like a Hail Mary, hope to keep him in the mix. Does anyone care about Wardlow anymore? I don't.
Me and Gareth bond on the fact of like that was one of the easiest things you could have ever done. Just capitalize on the momentum he had, Benno, when he battered MJF. And I know stuff happened after whatever happened after that pay-per-view, was it? But it's like you could have just easily pushed into the moon, mate. He was so over. People forget. No, they genuinely forget how over he was. They done a great job with him, and then all of a sudden, fucking nothing.
There you go. But yeah, outside, like I say, Page and Jay White, I think will be great. Danielson and Swerve would be great. Be interested to see what we end up doing with MJF on the show. With that many matches, presumably he's doing an angle of some sort.
6 matches there, and they all get 20 minutes. How are they going to fit them all in?
Overrun, mate. As Andy says here, I'll be twin screaming at 4 a.m. on a school night. 3 a.m. I think, unless the clocks are changing this weekend, then I'll be worried.
No, it's the end of the month. The end of the month.
We're all right. Okay, we're safe. But yeah, I will.
I'll do it till 6, Andy. Don't worry about that. He'll be there till 6 a.m.
Whose dad's dead between Swerve and Dragon? Well, it is Dragon, isn't it? I'm sure they'll do something with Danielson and Christine coming up. But that's not the only thing going on Tuesday night, Matt. There's over on the other channel. I'll be flipping channels, old school. at 3 a.m, mate. It'll be like the old days. What have we got on NXT?
We've got in a singles match, we've got Asuka going up against Roxanne Perez, in a big women's match there. We've got in an absolutely, it's a big NXT match, this one. It's Carmelo Hayes renewing his rivalry with Bron Breakker, first time they've wrestled on network television. But in the corners, they got a corner man each. In Carmelo Hayes' corner is none other than John Cena, which he's making his NXT debut, is it? And in Bron Breakker's corner, as revealed at the end of NXT last week, is none other than the wise man, Paul Heyman. So, I mean, strong cornermen there, Benno, to get their ratings up. And teasing, Ben, when Roman comes back, I can see him turning up on NXT. I can see him making an appearance. I can, for
what
sure.
A whale, but in.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns might turn up on NXT so that they can win a week. Cody Rhodes, that's the other big one, isn't it? Cody Rhodes
doing it with a major announcement, isn't it? And rumored today, though, Benno, he's in Orlando apparently next week. Is the Undertaker? It's going to be it's outrageous if they load this up and put Undertaker on there as well. I mean, I'm not reading out what you put underneath as well. I did get a chuckle out of it, to be honest, but.
I've also written on our document here, also The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, Hulk Hogan versus Ric Flair, and the ghosts of Dusty Rhodes, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, and the Ultimate Warrior. Stacked NXT this week, Matt, honestly.
I did get a good chuckle.
I wrote that before the Undertaker rumor came out, and I was like,
yeah,
that's true. They're basically doing it, aren't they? Like, the Cody one's hilarious, because, remember what the last times this has happened? Cody was on the other channel talking about how it's their developmental versus us. Now he's in the developmental on the other side of the Warrior, wanting to win for his new teammate. He's he's a Premier League striker who's gone from one to the other, gone from City to United, gone from Everton to Liverpool. It's
kissing the badge.
What's your opinion? Yeah, he will be. Yeah.
Camera going.
Oh,
yeah.
I hate that in footy. It's like, come on, what are you even loyal to? The only thing that stays the same is the fucking fans. Manager's gonna change, Kitman's gonna change. You know what I mean? Undertaking his red cap on Blue Lives Matter tee. Andy says it could be TBR Packer versus Batista. Yeah, that's been announced as well. Platt says for NXT, big match. I actually think on the NXT side, it's more star laden, isn't it? Like Tony's gone into his Tony bag and gone matches. Let's give you matches, and in fairness, that's the best lineup of Dynamite I can remember in recent times. NXT on the other end, they're kind of just stars, isn't it? Yeah, stars v matches, mate. It's is it not philosophies battling? It's more Gareth than me, but I'll play Gareth. Me versus you, innit? Like matches versus angles. Like I give a fuck about matches. I'm trying.
I don't bet you let me down these days with your match love. You're not fully there like a Gareth, but it's as you say, that's exactly what it is. That there's no two ways about it. It is, as Khan's gone right in there, and fair play to him. Of course, he's gone with what he knows and the big wrestling matches that are going to be, good. But as you say, is anyone going to be watching? God love them, Jay White and Adam Page. If John Cena's in the corner or Cody Rhodes is cutting this major announcement, it's not going to happen. Is it? You're not going to be watching Cody Rhodes making this whatever announcement this is. What is this announcement going to be? It's not going to be nothing really, is it?
Dusty tournament, innit? 100%.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if the Taker comes out, then it's game over for Dynamite.
Who's Taker going to interact with on the NXT roster? Is there anyone? Who could he do?
Baron Corbin.
Oh. You know what? On principle, I might not change the channel. I might just stay on AEW. But I love it, though. It is good. I love
it. No,
this.
it is. It's exciting.
I miss when we were I wish Raw and Dynamite were head-to-head every week. Dynamite get battered. But I'd enjoy it. It'd be fun to watch.
Did you do it, though? I done it purely. Did you have the two screens going in the Monday Night Wars of 2010? I had the two screens going. I had the stream and Raw on Sky.
That was a rare time. I wasn't really watching week to week.
Wasn't you?
So no. I mean, obviously I was following it, but no, I don't think I really.
I had them both going back then. Genuinely did, boss.
Never. Obviously, Nitro Raw days. Me and RPs used to fight because I'd make us watch Nitro, and he'd be like, he'd want to put Raw, even when Nitro was fucking crap on a Friday night, because we get them 5 days delay, wouldn't we? In the UK, I'd still want to watch Nitro because I'd be like, we can watch the Raw repeat in the early hours. That's the thing. What's with Americans? Why do they have to flip the fucking channel all the time? Just watch them both.
Davey said that, didn't he, on Twitter? I loved it. I liked this tweet where he said, have they not have VHSs to record one back in the day or whatever it is now? Yeah, on demand it is now, though. You can just watch it literally straight away after when you've recorded it.
But this this is literally the Monday Night War. What happened was both companies were forced and backed into a corner into we're gonna have to put our best foot forward. Nitro being so stacked made Raw more stacked and changed the course of look at those Raws we review from 1996 compared to what looked like tail end of 97 into 98. Different worlds because of competition. I know it's only a one-off thing, but I kind of like it. It's kind of cool to see. And it's gonna be we're gonna be the thing about this is what this preview is for. Wednesday night, we're going to be live on Spotlight, and we believe, despite the holiday in America, we're going to get the ratings in on Wednesday night while we're recording. So, like, you'll be doing a victory lap, whatever, because I do just think NXT are going to win. Like,
Gareth would be doing a double one more than me.
The demo's the question, though. Can they beat them in the demo? I know you're not a demo guy, but like that's where there's actually a battle, because I do think NXT is just going to win because it's a regular night. AEW's off night. They're almost always, when they're on a different night, we're into like the 600,000-700,000s. NXT, there's no reason to believe with all that, how stacked it is star-wise, it's going to do any worse than it did this week. I think that's a given. Can they beat them in the 1849? I think this is the only chance they've got. Don't clip this audio in a year when it happens regularly every week. I don't want to hear about it, but I think it's happening. Is there any competition in your eyes in either way?
No, I think it will get it, Ben, this week. Yeah, as you say, it mightn't be every week, but I think this week it's got it, and I think it's going to do over 1 million. I think NXT. That's my prediction anyway, and. I think Dynamite would do well still, though, Ben. I don't think it'll be like 1 million to like 600,000, like you're saying, but I do think it'll comfortably win.